World Health Organization. It is the organization that deals with health matters in the world. And in Africa, we have about 47 countries that are members of WHO. So a few statistics. In 2016, Africa as a continent had a total of 1.2 billion people. Now this is it. Out of the 1.2 billion people, 8.8 million people died. There are two groups of killer diseases in Africa. And this is information that you should know. I know I am talking to mothers, I'm talking to sisters like me, I'm talking to parents. And the two groups are: one, communicable diseases, and two, non-communicable diseases. So what is a communicable disease? That is a disease that can be transmitted from one person to another through a vector, an agent, or the products of that vector. And a non-communicable disease, on the other side, cannot be transmitted. It develops because of how you lead your life. And the ones that are killing many people are the communicable diseases, the ones that are transmitted from one person to another. The number one killer disease in Africa, all African countries included, number one killer disease are diseases that affect the lungs. And one of these we know about, pneumonia. The other one affects the channels that take air to your lungs. When you breathe in, air goes through some channels to reach the lungs, and that is called bronchitis. Now, pneumonia and this other disease that I've talked about called bronchitis, in the year 2016, cost us lives of more than 900,000 people. That is close to 1 million. And you know, it is sad that we are losing young ones, we are losing people with visions, people who probably wanted to get into politics, people of integrity that are willing to change and turn things around. More than 900,000 people lost their lives in Africa from pneumonia and bronchitis. The number two killer disease in Africa, in the latest statistics that were made, was HIV and AIDS. It saddens my heart that a lot of information has been laid out, has been released and given to us. But somehow HIV and AIDS is still the second killer disease in Africa. And in the year 2016, cost us more than 700,000 lives. 700,000 lives. HIV testing is free of charge. So it is so sad that this is still a menace in Africa. The third killer disease in Africa, diarrheal diseases. You know, when we talk about diarrhea, many times we think it's a normal thing. And what is diarrhea? Anytime you're passing loose stool that is not hard like the one you are used to now, loose stool, when you have 3 episodes, 1, 2, 3, or more than 3 episodes, that is diarrhea. And you should not sit at home and wait for it to end, because at times you wait for it to end and it's too late. And there are many dangerous diseases that present in form of diarrhea, and they are very dangerous. A disease like cholera. Diarrhea in the year 2016, 3 years ago, cost us lives of more than 650,000 people. Our governments are investing in us, but then there is no outcome. Why? Because somewhere along the line, things are just not working out. It is sad. What I'm going to say next is really sad. It is sad that malaria is still a problem in Africa. And malaria consumed the lives of more than 400,000 people. Malaria, 400,000 people. That is really sad. That saddens my heart. You know, we should not be talking about things like this. Right now, the fifth killer disease in Africa, fifth killer disease, tuberculosis. That is so sad. So sad. Tuberculosis, so sad. Still killing people. More than 400,000 lives also with tuberculosis in the year 2016. And this is it. These 5 groups that I've talked about are entirely preventable. But you cannot prevent what you don't know. You cannot prevent what you don't have an idea about. You cannot prevent if you haven't been taught how to prevent. And that is what we shall be dealing with in our next episode of the graves that we were never meant to dig. So tune in, subscribe, enable notifications, get empowered on health, because my health, your health, is our health. I love you guys, and I love you, and I treasure you, and I honor you, and may God bless you. For those who are having a heartache or bitterness because you lost a loved one in any of the categories that I have talked about, may the good Lord strengthen you.